I'm Daemon, and this is your Eve Echoes weekly news update, where we take a deep dive into the happenings of the week. But first, if you can tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, then you can stay up to date with everything that this channel has to offer. Now this is your weekly community news, and we're going to dive right in to the hostilities that is going on within Fountain. Now, yes, everyone is in peace talks right now, but it's been a very crazy week. Das Boop has been being hammered on both sides, truly by Ret C, Wolf, also No, as well as Wild Geese, RSCP, and Red Machine. Now, I am told that there were two major engagements this week in Fountain, which resulted in a few citadels being lost by Das Boop. The first engagement was on the 10th, and it featured Red Machine, Wild Geese, No against Boop. Now, the fighting here took place in System C-Tech N40D, and the fighting consequently ended when No decided to drop a bunch of capitals on top of the enemy fleet. Once the capitals were brought onto grid, those that within the Das Boop fleet could get away did get away. However, they were engaged again on the gate in that system C-Tech N40D and suffered some significant losses. The end result was the loss of the Boop Citadel by Expo, that was the Citadel owner, in CHA-2-Tech Q. Now, the fight itself was a rather large fight. It featured around 450 within local. So the fight in Fountain, I am told, featured that the No, Red Machine, Wild Geese side had 70-ish battleships, around 40 battle cruisers, while the enemy had around 88 battleships and 87 battle cruisers, and then No dropped about 18 caps on top of them. Now, I don't have any footage of the second battle. However, I did contact all sides to see exactly what's going on, because the last I heard that they were in diplomatic talks with Ret C and Wolf, and now they're being hammered by Red Machine, Wild Geese. I reached out to Red Machine, and the statement I received was, when Red Machine started operations in Fountain, first it was content only. Afterwards, we received intel that Boop was trying to form a coalition against Red Machine. By their own words, thought they were just using Red Machine as an excuse. Meanwhile, Wolf Alliance asked for some help with Boop as Ret C Corp and Myth. Joint activities resulted in two major battles, which Boop lost. Also, Boop lost 3 citadels during this conflict, despite Red Machine's kind offer of ceasing all hostilities. Boop denied our proposal. The reason this proposal was given, dwellers of Fountain settled their conflicts. Wolf, Ret C, and Myth came to some agreement with Boop. Red Machine has no intentions to conquer extra territories. We have more than enough of them. Red Machine controls the majority of Cash and half of Quarius. We never saw Boop as a threat unless they began to form a coalition against Red Machine. Now, I am told that that agreement that was made between Das Boop, Myth, Ret C, Wolf, basically told them to use the Manticore systems to withdraw from there and use that as a neutral zone or a buffer region. Now, I am also told that one of the corps within that system were not informed by Das Boop and instead found out by Ret C after they had talked to them. Das Boop also had lost another citadel within Seder. To say Boop is leaving a sour taste doesn't leave a lot to be said. And as of right now, that corporation is leaving Beer Alliance to get away from the entire Boop coalition. However, they say that the Beer Alliance leadership is not aware of it, so it should be a fun week to be had. Now, I did reach out to Boop and basically asked him that I heard that the peace talks did result in positive, ceasing of hostilities, and resulted in the relinquishing of Manticore as a neutral zone. But also that I heard that Red Machine was also in attacking them. So basically, I heard second information. I needed to confirm this. I did not know at the time when I was asking this that Red Machine was working in tandem with Myth, Ret C, and Wolf. Now, the response I got from Boop was that, yeah, we never really claimed Manticore anyways. The citadels there were left over from the days of Pantheon. I haven't seen any OG involvement, because I did heard a rumor that OG was involved in this as well, so I did ask on that aspect. The main parties here seem to be Red Machine, RS, CP, and Wild Geese. Noah was involved in the fight last week, but we assume they were paid to be there. It was a good fight, but we just didn't have the firepower ready to match Noah's capital fleet. And on the fact of Red Machine, their official response was that they were currently in diplomatic talks, but they could not seem to reach an agreement. Neither, we do not know the real reason why they were attacked. So, there seems to be some communication breakdown as to what exactly is going on in Fountain. But as of right now, I'm told that hostilities has ceased, and everyone is in peace talks right now. Now, this wouldn't be the only fighting that Noah's seen this week. They also had a fun fleet where they did attack Providence entities in the system of JEIV Tech E. And to be specific, they said they were hired for the Fountain conflict. However, this one in Providence was just for fun. Now, I'm told during that Providence fight that Provi did supply 170 total to defend against No. And as well, in that fight, they did drop 11 capitals on top of Providence. Now, that's not to say that Providence didn't put up a fight. I am told that they managed to kill Noah's Macariel, some strikers, and a number of their Logi team. But in the end, Noah's capital fleet would carry the day and do significant damages to the Providence fleet. Now, because it was a good fight, I'm told by Tahini that they did decide to leave the Citadel alone. So you will just have to understand and embrace it. Caps are here, they are part of the meta, and they will be a part of these large fights. So if your alliance out and around nullsec, if you do have sovereignty, you might want to invest in a capital fleet. Otherwise, you will be dropped and you'll have to either run away or put up a fight against the superior numbers and firepower that a capital fleet does present. Now, for our next story, we're going to talk about a pivotal member of the community, one who's been around since the game's launch. Initially a member of Op Force, the now defunct alliance, and up to currently where he resides in the Silent Federation. He is known as the destroyer of alliances from within and the purveyor of cat memes. That's right, I'm talking about Evil Darkness. Now, I was first approached by Christian Bishop, aka True Beast of Silent Federation, basically saying that we are reaching out to the community members to participate in this virtual card for Evil Darkness. He's dealing with some very challenging personal issues at the moment with his family. We are protecting his privacy, but it's very rough. He's also struggling with COVID and could really use a pick-me-up. Please use this link to send him a message, drop your favorite GIF meme, or even send a video message, and thank you for taking the time. Please do not message him directly. We don't want to flood his inbox. So yes, this is a virtual card. Just send out some positive energy towards him. Some anecdotes if you've ever had dealings with Evil Darkness. Send a good cat meme to him. And it's just a way for the community to come together to lift the spirits of one who's not doing so well. So, Evil Darkness, please get better. I feel you. And I do miss our little chats, and enjoy the message I sent you personally. And that is the beautiful thing about our community, where yes, we do fight each other over little things such as Sav, or even just because you're not blue to me or something like that. But we always come together when it is a need for a fellow community member. And that is the beautiful thing about our tight woven community. And we're going to circle back to last week when we talked about the Auto-Salvagers modules, as well as the chips and how they're gated behind a paywall. Now, I was directly messaged by another content creator who has taken an opposite side of this argument, and yes, he has some very valid points. Now, he made this video to basically debate the side that myself, Giga Forta, as well as Captain Benzie have taken about how the chips themselves are not really worth it, or the modules themselves. I mean, Myself, my current gripe was about the ranges currently on the salvagers themselves, as well as the scarcity of the chips. Now, he does counter the paywall argument with that, you know, the game itself does need to make money to produce content for all of us to enjoy. Yes, you can play as a free-to-play player. However, that does not mean that they cannot make money through these things. I'm just not a big supporter of the scarcity of how they're doing it and then they're going back and reversing it. What I mean by that is they have basically stated that the chips themselves will be available after this event through various means, through either other events or even an NPC selling them, as well as going on record that they were going to change the range of the salvagers themselves. And that's why I was basically telling everybody to either sell the chips or, you know, just hold off until you see what they're going to do with everything. But he does make a valid point about the argument of time versus money.
Basically, I've seen a lot of content creators as well as other people get kind of upset at the way that the Auto-Salvager and the Auto-Salvager skill is behind a paywall. While I understand that the first people to get it will have paid, it's no more a paywall than the cognitive skill chips. It's no more a paywall than Omega Basic or Omega Combo. If you can take ISK from the game that you get as a free-to-play person and later purchase it off the market, then it is not a paywall. Yes, somebody does have to purchase it at some point. However, the way that we're playing the game is through that exact same model. Somebody paid a bunch of developers and CCP to put this game available for us. I'm not some person who's like totally drinking the Kool-Aid of NetEase. As a matter of fact, I don't like a lot of their decisions. This is one of the decisions I don't like. But what I can't stop myself from replying to posts with, to Benzie, to Daemon, and I'm sure once I watch the Gica Forza video that I'll also have a similar comment to put under there. You can get it with just ISK. It just takes time. You have an opportunity to get it completely for free. You have an opportunity to make money off of it. That opportunity is involved with the splendid coupons. I didn't push hard on the last time, and I also didn't spend all mine right before the end. And yeah, that was kind of fucked up that they did it that way. Bad wording. It makes sense that people would want to be like, hey, buy our thing before you can't buy it for a while. But the way they worded it wasn't correct. That being said, they gave us enough splendid coupons and the ability to earn enough splendid coupons by doing the various in-game stuff for the next little while. The ship rental. Sorry. It's early and I haven't had my coffee. The ship rental will give you enough coupons to grab a couple of those gravitational waves. Your friends and colleagues will be able to join you on a lucrative battle that may or may not result in the chip. And after that, it sounds a lot like you didn't spend any cash. Yeah, you can spend money, but just like a lot of other things in this game, you can spend money to save time. So, if you don't want to spend money, go spend time and farm. I also want the skill chip. I will not spend money on the skill chip. However, I am farming to get the ISK necessary to pay for it at some point in the future when the price becomes reasonable.
And by that, yes, you can get the items completely by free with the ISK in the game. You can either use your ISK in the game to purchase the modules at the exorbitant price they are on the marketplace, or you can take the mechanics that they have with the coupons, get the wave graph yourself, go farm it, and with a little bit of luck, you can get the things completely free and do what you want with them. You can either use them or sell them to make yourself ISK. And it is valid. Those that first get them have the money to do so. If they want to spend real money to get a leg up before everyone else does, they have that prerogative. But it in no means doesn't mean that you have to do that or have to take that route yourself. And as I said, my gripe with it is the scarcity of the chips themselves. I have a report of someone who did 56 sites, and in those 56 sites, didn't see not one chip. He got, I believe it was about 7 to 10 of the dust salvagers, 1 galante salvager, and 1 ore salvager. Now, the devs themselves have gone on record saying that the chips themselves are a gift on top of what you would normally get from those big NPC anomalies with the rifts. Now, if you're not following what I'm saying, and I know it's because of lack of sleep and no coffee yet today, but basically, when you get to the wave graph itself, you have the possibility of opening up a normal rift where it's just going to be boxes that you can open and possibly get the items. But there are a chance of opening up a NPC, kind of like a Dead Space rift, where there's about 5 rooms, many NPCs to fight off, and a chance to get in everything from there as well as such as B-type modules. But that being said, the devs basically said that the chips themselves were a gift on top of everything else that you would normally get from these sites, and that they will be other ways in the future to get these chips. So yes, if you do want them now, it's going to cost you either in-game money, or if you don't have the coupons and can't wait to grind out the coupons through the rent-a-ship event, then yes, you will have to swipe your credit card to buy more coupons to get more graphs if you do not want to buy them directly from the marketplace. Either way, it's a great video. I'm going to put a link in the description, and it's a beautiful counterpoint to the points that we made ourselves. And that's what everything should be, is debate. Honest and true debate. Now, if you didn't know, PM Blue released a killbot because we don't have an official API. And that's the Auxilus app for your Discord. And through this bot and the many servers that it dwells on, he was able to put together a statistics list for the month of February. Within this list, it shows the top 10 corps that did the most damage in the month of February, with Pew leading off with 620 billion ISK in damages. It also breaks it down further for us with which the top 10 pilots of the month of February did the most killing, with the Employee of the Month from Honk Badran coming in first with 272 billion ISK in damages. And of course, he gives us the most commonly killed ships as well, with the Dominics being the flavor most craved at 380 kills. Retriever in second place with 379 deaths, the Condor Interceptor with 362, the Coveter 2 with 347, a Raven with 268, the Prophecy 238, the Procurer at 232, the Tempest at 231, the Magnet Covert Ops at 217, and the Lowly Venture 3 at 213 deaths. Now, there is more breakdown and more stats, and I'm going to leave a link in the description below to this thread so you can overlook at your leisure of all the overkill statistics from the month of February. Now, in my last video, I did make a small joke about, if you have extra ISK, go ahead and just make your contract payable to me. And I want to specifically thank Balzog, one of the followers of my videos, who randomly sent me a 100 million ISK contract just because he's a fan of the show. Thank you for your donation, and it will be going towards Daemon's Thanatos Fund. There was a fight last night in System RF Tech K9W in defense of the Space Cow's hull timer. It was 160 Silent Federation versus 150 Space Cows, Genesis, as well as Ex Nihilo. Now, Genesis was on high alert because there was rumors of Silent Federation staging around 13 capital ships in Delve for this fight. However, when the fight did come, the Caps never made an appearance. The fight itself was an intense brawl on the gate to the system. The upper hand was taken by the defensive fleet when they were able to wipe out the silent logistics team. And once that team was broken, the fleet started to crumble. The silent fleet itself did retreat back through the gate, and the grid was won and the timer saved. Now, this didn't mean that silent was done. They did reship into a scepter fleet and did come back to take out any stragglers. Is overkill really a thing in Eve Echoes? Well, one pilot who can attest that it is would be Nose Pilot Augie Oi Oi, who was caught in a trap where he was fighting someone and then hot dropped by a Thanatos on top of him. The carrier made short work of his bellicose covert ops, and the no pilot has no ill will towards his prey. This week in our Corp Alliance Spotlight, we feature Kingsmen Industries. Our Corp was formed for all those who wish to roam freely in New Eden. You have no obligations here, but plenty of help if you need it. First and foremost, we are traders. We know how to earn a lot of ISK in a very short time. Our CEO generated 6 billion ISK alone without help in the first 2 months of the game. The facts. What do you get from us? Well, you should be at least tech level 6 and have some understanding of Eve Echoes. Do you have a plan? What do you want to be? You tell us honestly whether you prefer to play alone or in a team, because both are possible. You'll get all the help that you need. Let me show you how to earn a lot of ISK in a very short time, and decide for yourself whether you like to fly in high sec or null sec, because we offer many options. We are also part of a very well organized alliance. As far as our Discord, you'll receive a link in-game after your application, which you should send off with a small application sentence of why you want to be a part of the team. Once you've been accepted, they will unlock you and you'll have access. The Kingsmen Industry mission statement is simple: independence for all. An alliance is important and necessary in Eve Echoes. Nevertheless, we strive for our independence. This means that we can work independently and take care of ourselves. For you as a Kingsman pilot, this means that you fly primarily for yourself. Of course, we are happy if you support the Corp and want to get involved. Choose for yourself whether you want to defend our territory as a fighter pilot, collect ore as a miner, produce ships and equipment as a builder, or earn a lot of money as a trader, or a little bit of everything. It's your mission. Now, I will have the Discord contact information down below if you are interested in joining the Kingsmen Industries. This week on What the Fit, again, we have a pilot who just wants to make the universe burn with as many weapon types that they can get a hold of. In this instance, we have a snub, we have a strike cannon, a torpedo launcher, and 2 small pulse blazers. Again, those bonuses are just mere suggestions. This pilot is not interested in kiting, so instead of having a micro warp drive or an afterburner, they are more in favor for both the shield and armor reps, as well as the armor hardener and more damage. Now remember, all ships, regardless of tech levels, can always provoke those 3 little words after viewing a kill mail. What the fit? Now we come to big kills, and remember, the big kills are always raised to 5 billion plus, and I'm working with PM Blue, and if you have the Auxilus kill mail bot installed on your Discord server, when you hit the threshold of, say, around 7 billion, you'll see this pop up so that you can directly submit your big kill to me. But let's dive right in. Genesis starts us off this week with 2 Macarial kills, one at 5.8 billion, the other at 5 billion. We have 2 Vindicator kills, one at 5.8 billion, the other at 6. 1 Nightmare kill at 5.1 billion, and 1 Hefty Cinnable kill at 13.7. No Please Stop comes in this week with a 5.2 billion Rattlesnake kill. 2 Vindicators, one at 5.7, the other at 5.2. 1 5.5 billion Macarial kill, a 14.8 billion Charon Freighter kill, and a 5.9 Balgorn kill, where we found out that this is a whale of a player. Just look at those days employed right there. AAA Ad Astra gives us 13.4 billion Raven Striker kill. And Silent Federation gives us a 10 billion Macarial kill, a 13.9 billion Charon Freighter kill, a 6.9 billion Balgorn kill. And as part of Silent Federation, you have Honk, which gives us a 12.4 billion Rattlesnake kill and a 7.2 Macarial kill. Drachenblut gives us a 6.5 billion Macarial kill. RSCP gives us a Balgorn kill of 12.1 billion, as well as 2 Macarials, one at 5.3 billion, the other at 5.2, and a 5.5 billion Vindicator kill. Now, we do have a couple caps down this week. No gets 2 capital kills this week. Both of them are Nidhoggers, one for 34.8 billion and the other for 35.9 billion. And this other one hits a little bit closer to home here in Evo. A beloved pilot named Zell, who I've known for sacrificing his Vindicators to rats and random reds, this week loses his Nidhogger while working a rally point. A 33.9 billion loss for this glass cannon build. Now, it's not known at this time if he fell asleep like he usually does or not. But the thing that really stings is that I personally finished cooking this carrier for him on the 12th. So let's get a F in the comments for this 3-day-old Nidhogger loss. And now we're going to move into everyone's favorite part of the show. That's right, your chance at winning a free Omega combo. And now we broke it down into 2 categories. First, the industrial category. Our first entry is by BLKDMN. For a 1.5 billion Coveter 2 kill. Marok with a 1.7 billion Coveter 2 kill. Lycander with a 1.8 Coveter 2 kill. Lycander. Now, where do I know that name from? And now, the winner of this week's Omega combo in the industrial category is a Snap Pilot. As you can see, let's just call him Symbol. And this 7.2 billion Nereus 2 kill will net him the win this week and a free Omega combo. Now, moving right into the PvP category, Borach Henchman gives us a 659 million Garmer kill. That's right, doesn't matter how low your kill is, submit it, because it's always the top 10, and if I don't have 10 entries, yours may get shown. Coming in next is Kirigaya 4275 with a 1.1 billion Estero kill. Not Mr. Dash with a 1.9 billion Caracal 2 kill. I'm How 9000 with a 3.8 billion Stratios kill. Captain Rainbeard with a 4.9 billion Orthros kill. And winning this week in the PvP category is Honk's own Ziggy's Duck with a 7.9 billion Vindicator kill. And yes, that is Zell again. So, again, F in the comments for his massive losses this week. And congratulations to the Snap Pilot as well as Ziggy's Duck. Please hit me up on Discord to learn how to receive your prize. And that's going to do it for us this week in the community news. We'll be back at the end of the week with a game news episode. But if you do need more news in your life, I have a couple places for you to check out. That's right, that's Sky News. That's Russia's premier Eve Echoes news outlet. But don't worry, all the videos have English subtitles. You also have the legend himself, Rambo, with his co-host Taylor from his podcast, The Echoes of New Eden. It's a great listen, great fun, and if you want to be part of the audience, just pop up on his Discord every Thursday night. And also be on the lookout for PM Blues videos on his channel, all supported by the Auxilus Killbot app, at least until we get a full API given by the devs. Now, until I talk to you guys again, have a great week, fly safe, and remember, we are always one vision, one purpose, one front.